And that's cut that off. Let's cut that off right where that indentation is, the depression in that gun. If I were to stand that gun up in the duck blind and water were to run underneath in those grooves, then you would have an issue with water underneath this stuff. But other than that, when you get it stuck down on there, just like where I showed you when I pulled it off, it's good. Then in here, you find out where the opening is for the bolt. Run your razor blade right along that line. Got to have a good sharp razor blade. Makes this job a whole lot easier. The other thing is, since this barrel piece comes apart, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out all the way back so that when I get ready to clean this shotgun, I can take this gun apart and clean it just like I normally would. So I'm going to cut those all the way out and then come across the top here the same way so that I can take my gun apart and clean it just like I normally would. Pull that apart a little bit, and then you can come in here, and if there's any edges that need to be finished up, like right there, you can go ahead and just trim those out. All right. There we go. I also like to cut those back at a small angle. So if you lean that razor blade away from the opening, then when you cut it, those edges aren't going to catch. So we've got that opening all trimmed out. Now we're going to trim off the front here. Same thing, just angle it back slightly. Just follow that all the way across. And there you have it. The other thing you can do, you can save some of your scrap pieces. Say like this piece that we just cut out of the bolt. And if you want to, there's a small area right underneath here that we can lay that piece across and finish out that right underneath that receiver right there. Now we'll want to trim off the bottom edge here. We'll trim off the front of this. And then we're ready to do the other side of our receiver. Well, we've got this side done. So now we've done our stock, both sides. We've done the receiver piece on this side. Now we'll do the other side. All right, we've got our stock and our receiver piece done. We're going to do the fore-end now. Basically, you've got two pieces to do the fore-end. You want to start from the middle and just wrap it around. Put your pattern on, so, and then just work it with your fingers. I like using my fingers on this because you can just gradually work your way around the forearm. If you get a wrinkle or something in it, just pick it back up, get it back to wherever it's straight, and go from there. Now where this forearm tapers down at here, we're going to have to make a relief cut. So as you make that relief cut, you want to just overlap that. And we'll just keep working that down with your finger. Up here in the front, it does the same thing. So we'll take it and we'll make another relief cut. We'll lay it down underneath and then take the other piece right over the top of it. And we'll just keep working that down with our fingers. We're going to make one more right up here at the front. Kind of just let where the folds in the material happen. That kind of dictates where you want to make a relief cut. Like I said before, you just don't want any wrinkles in it. So if you make those relief cuts and lay it over it, it'll hide those seams. And then down on the end, you just trim that off. Trim it off this side. I follow the contour of the end of the forend around. You don't have to wrap it around. You just bring it right up to it. Up to that edge. You don't have to wrap it around inside. Prefer you don't do that. Same at this end. Just lay your razor blade down and follow that edge all the way around. Okay. Then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. There's a little bit of a ridge right there, so we'll cut that out and we'll overlay that. Eliminate any of those wrinkles in there. Push all the edges down. Like I said before, we'll come back with our heat gun and we'll heat this up, and that'll turn that vinyl even softer, and it'll set it right into the checkering in the forearm there. We'll do the other side now. You overlap your seam just slightly. You don't have to butt it up. You can overlap it. And then just start working your way around just like you did before.